Welcome to Calhoun Community College in Decatur, Alabama, for today's contest between the Calhoun Warhawks and the Pioneers of Volunteer State Community College. This is Tim Reese back on the airwaves for Vol State baseball. Got boxed out this past weekend at Columbia State, but hospitable crew here in Calhoun. A Vol State alum, is the head coach for the Calhoun Warhawks, has allowed me to broadcast from the lovely press box. Actually got a full setup for a visiting broadcast, so we are going to be using the two-camera system here, able to get here in time to get all that set up, and I'll tell you about the assist I have. Hopefully we'll have full internet. I struggled as did the softball broadcast this past weekend, and the internet petered out on me on our Verizon MiFi, but now I got something that's a little more. So this is internet on steroids, thanks to my buddy Todd Neal. So we should be set as you see umpires and the head coaches gather at home plate. So we'll get right to our Toyota of Gallatin's starting lineups. First for the visiting Pioneers, Jake Burris leading off, playing center field. Ethan Huddleston at second base, batting second. Three-hole hitter, first baseman Landon Godsey. Jace Mizell in right field will bat fourth. Braden Vineyard behind the plate, batting fifth. Freshman Logan Molnar at shortstop, batting sixth. Carter Vrabel bats seventh and play third base. Drew Webster getting, I believe this is his first start of the year, and he'll be the designated hitter, batting eighth. And big Jay Charla in left field, batting ninth. And on the mound for the Pioneers, with his fourth start of the year, Nathan Rhodes, a COVID sophomore from Hendersonville, Tennessee, 6'4", 190-pound left-hander. Played baseball at Station Camp High School, but graduated from Merrill Hyde High School there in Hendersonville, which did not have a baseball team. Of course, the Pioneers are coached by Jim McGuire in his second season with Vol State. Pitching coach Braden Cal and assistant coach, first base coach John Ripel. And now for the Warhawks of Calhoun Community College, playing in Division I, Region 22, coming in with a record of 5-14 overall, 1-3 in their conference. Leading off, playing shortstop, Lorenzo Soto. Batting second, the DH, Alex Ballesteri. Playing first base and batting third, Braden Buckner. Cleanup hitter is Logan Harbin, and he will play third base. Harvey Valera in right field, batting fifth. Josh Schuler will play center field and bat sixth. The seventh hitter will be Tyler Zawacki, playing left field. Mark Gallops behind the plate, batting eighth, and Eli Kelly at second base, batting ninth. And on the mound, right-hander Nate Watson, who's on for his first start of his career, has 12 appearances already in the 19 games that they've played. He has a 1-2 record. Watson from Morristown, Tennessee, transfer from Walter State, 6 foot, 210-pound sophomore. Those are your Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups. Of course, as I mentioned, Cody Gaskell is the head coach for Calhoun, former player right here at Calhoun and at Vol State. We will have our national anthem. Turn the volume down and be right back after you watch the national anthem. Time to play ball here in Decatur, Alabama. A little over a year ago, the Pioneers came down to Calhoun, played a doubleheader, which was the first game that I actually watched after Coach McGuire had asked me. I was still interested in doing some broadcasts, and so that's what solidified at that point that I knew that there was a need here. Last year, Calhoun, I think, just had a video feed. This year, they've got video feed and a broadcaster. So that's good. Each of these young men deserve to have their families have the ability to watch and listen to the action. So appreciate the emails that some of you all sent me that said that you had missed me. Well, I sure missed being with you folks as well. I'll put my email back up there, but many of you already know it. I got a phone call from Dan Zettel, Ethan Huddleston's stepdad, wondering we were going to have a broadcast today, and we are. Should have some good internet thanks to a friend of mine, Full Count Ministries supporter. We will check out that equipment. I'm working with A.J. Fawson back at Vol State, their head audio-visual man that has been so helpful to me to get these broadcasts up and running, and with the help of him and another friend of mine, Zach Williams. They've schooled me on how to plug and play these various pieces of equipment. It still amazes me every time I plug those in as to that it actually works after it happens. Pioneers won 2 of 3 versus Columbia State this past weekend, and that's the third straight conference series that the Pioneers won 2 out of 3. So come in with a 6-2 conference record, 15-10 overall, and we are ready for action. First pitch from Watson to JB, Jake Burris. Ball 1, and we are underway here right at high noon. Game time temperature 56 degrees, feels like 53. 2 pitches inside to Burris. Jake struggled at Columbia State. Looking to get back in the groove here at the midweek game. 2-0 pitch. Swung on, lifted out to center field. Josh Schiller going back and makes the over-the-shoulder catch going toward the fence out there at 390, and there's the first out. Ethan Huddleston steps in, second baseman for the Pioneers. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Huddleston hitting .322 on the season. 25th game today. He missed 1. There's another breaking pitch. Ethan does not like, apparently, does not offer. That one hits off the handle of the bat for a foul ball. And right now, I'm pretty sure that Ethan Huddleston's saying thank you for that bat. He sure didn't want to get hit in that wrist again. That's what had him sitting for the rest of the year after getting hit by a pitch a year ago. The 0-2. Another breaking pitch. This is inside. Huddleston 6 for 12 in the Columbia State Series. Scored 6 runs, had a triple, drove in 4. Had the most hits in the series. Breaking pitch. Catcher Mark Gallops was ready to throw that thing down to third base. Just missed outside. Count 2-2, nobody on, one out. Now that one is called strike three at the knees. Down goes Huddleston. Caught looking. First strikeout for Watson. 2 outs now here in the top of the first inning. We're only playing one 9-inning ball game today. The schedule originally had Ball State playing a doubleheader, 2 7s. It got changed yesterday. Landon Godsey steps in with 2 outs and nobody on. And he will get plunked for his mean, stern look apparently he had in the batter's box. He now takes over the hit by pitch lead from Carter Vrabel. That's his 6th bruise of the year. It brings Jace Mizell to the plate. Mizell was 5 for 12 in the Columbia State Series. Double, a triple, and a home run. 5 runs scored, 6 RBIs. That ball gets through the wickets and down to second base. Will go Landon Godsey. I believe that will be scored a wild pitch, should be my guess. But I'm going to think that Gallops is kicking himself for not stopping that one. Breaking pitch stays high. 2 balls, no strikes. U.S. flag out there in center field is blowing out. There's a ground ball down third base line. Foul. Energetic, probably a pitcher down there. Comes out of the dugout, makes a play. Now he's asking the coach, put me in the infield. 2-1 to Mizell. Fastball rides inside. Count goes 3-1 on deck. Braden Vineyard. Glad to have the Rices and the Mizells that I'm sure that are listening in, as always. Grandparents, parents. Fly ball out to left field. Tyler Zawacki goes back, and he will miss that ball. So he was going to the fence. He overran that fly ball. That wind is playing some tricks out there, though. A first run of the game, Framework Athletics, first run of the game scored by Landon Godsey. As I've told you, I'm not the official scorer. I'm going to guess that's going to be ruled an error. 2 base error, so no RBI and an unearned run if the scoring stays as it is. Braden Vineyard steps in. Swing and a miss. Vinny hitting .294. 5 doubles. Yet to hit a long ball, but it's coming. Fastball misses high and tight. $16 walks. He walked 8 times, I believe, in that 3-game series. Mizell hops off a second. And another pitch sails high and tight. Vineyard 1 for 5, walked 8 times, scored 4 runs, had an RBI. Breaking pitch outside. 3 balls and a strike. On deck, Logan Molnar. Also had an excellent series at Columbia State. Big lead. Fouled off to the right side. That'll be a MGM Industries foul ball. Will lead us to a full count. Ministries full count. Stay tuned after the game for the full count Ministries verse of the game. Since we're away, we'll have to do our post game quickly. Full count. Mizell goes ahead and takes that base as he had a huge lead, and guess what? Braden Vineyard walks. Yet again, his 17th free bag. Jason Mizell with a stolen base. So a hit batter, an error, and a walk. Now put runners at first and third. 2 outs. Logan Molnar steps in. Molnar has absolutely taken off since he's been inserted into the starting lineup, leading the team with a .405 batting average. Hello to Alex Qualls, who's just checked in via text message. Pitch in the dirt. My press box buddy back at Pioneer Field, the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. Missing you, Qualsy. Watson comes set, delivers. Swung on and missed by Molnar. Logan Molnar, true freshman. And until today has been the only, well, Landon Luderman was in that lineup, the game that I did not call. There's another fastball that's not offered at, but called a strike. Today's lineup, 2 true freshmen, Drew Webster, the DH. Swung on and driven out to right field. Valera over and under and makes the catch for out number 3. No hits in the inning. One run, which according to my book is unearned. And 2 runners left on base. Through a half an inning, the Pioneers take a 1-0 lead. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Moved to the bottom of the first inning. Vol State took a 1-0 lead in the top of the first on an unearned run. After 2 were out, Landon Godsey hit by the first pitch he saw. Then Jace Mizell lifted a fly ball out the left field that was misjudged by the left fielder. Godsey had reached second on a wild pitch, and he easily scored on that fly ball. First pitch by Nathan Rhodes to Lorenzo Soto. Misses the mark. Swinging a fly ball out the right field. Jace Mizell over toward the line. He is under it and makes the catch. Looks like the Calhoun softball team has arrived to cheer on their baseball squad. Alex Ballesteri, the DH, steps to the plate. Rhodes kicks and deals. First pitch on the outside corner called strike. Ballesteri leading the team in many offensive categories. There's going to do nothing but help that batting average. It came in at .356, a solid base hit in the right field for Alex Ballesteri from James River High School, Richmond, Virginia, also a transfer from Walters State. Braden Buckner, the first baseman, steps in, hitting .288. Throw over to first base, not in time. Ballesteri, 3 stolen bases, not caught as of yet, and that's an anomaly here this far into the season. I would say 2 clubs, neither team has been caught stealing all year long, at least if the National Junior College statistics are correct. Now, I know they're correct for Vol State, so swing and a miss. Vol State has not been cut down on the base paths. They have 38 out of 38 in stolen bases, and according to the website, Calhoun's 24 for 24. 2 balls and a strike to Braden Buckner from Tuscumbia, Alabama. 6'1", 225-pound sophomore. Three balls and a strike. Buckner tied for the team lead with Ballesteri with 3 home runs. Has 9 RBIs. On base average of .409. There's a strike down the middle. Full count. Ministries full count to Braden Buckner. On deck, Logan Harbin, the third baseman. Rhodes looking for a ground ball to the middle infielders. He's going to throw over to first base, and he'll throw wildly. There's a lot of foul territory here. Ballesteri will move to third base. Throw comes into the plate. So an error on the attempted pickoff will put the runner at third base. So now each team with an error in the first inning. Count still full to Buckner. Now the double play not in effect, at least not the traditional way. Infield plays back, swing and a miss, and down goes Buckner. 2 outs now, and the runner at third base, Logan Harbin, steps in. Cleanup hitter. Harbin comes in hitting .236. Leads the team in runs scored. And tied for the lead with stolen bases, but you got to get on the sack to steal one. Nathan Rhodes looking to keep him off the bases. Harbin, a 6'2", 195-pound sophomore from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. And another transfer from Walter State. 1, 2, 3, 4 transfers from Walter State on their roster. The 1-1 swung on, and that'll be a base hit into left field, an RBI for Logan Harbin. And Calhoun has evened the count. Two hits in the inning have produced the first run of the game for the Warhawks. Harvey Valera steps in with 2 out and 1 on. First pitch misses outside. Swinging a foul tip into the mid of Braden Vineyard. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Valera hitting .268 from the Bronx, New York. Foul ball straight back. Valera played in both games that Calhoun came up to Gallatin. Of their 5 victories, 2 of those are against Vol State. 8-7 win in game 1, throw over to first base, and Harbin back in time. Calhoun won 8-7, had a 6 runs in the 6th and 7th innings to win that ball game. Runner goes, swung on and fouled off to the right side. A MGM Industries foul ball. Harbin will head back to first base. Calhoun won game 2. It was a game that was scheduled for 7 innings. Ended up scoring 2 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th to win that one 6-4. Another throw over to first base. Not quite as much pace on that throw from Nathan Rhodes, giving Landon Godsey a little leeway in case it was a bit wild. Harvey Valera was the starting right fielder in that game 1. Pitch out, throw down to first base, not in time. Valera went 2 for 4 in that game 1, had a double, a home run, scored a run obviously, and had an RBI obviously. Was the starting pitcher in game 2 before I think then moving to the DH role. Went 0 for 4 in game 2. And Valera has worked the count full. Full Count Ministries, full count. We'll have the verse of the game. Have not written it down yet, so we'll figure it out. Swinging a foul ball that will catch the screen. So our first swing. Now it's a second swing. Have 1 foul ball and 1 base hit. Count remains 3-2. The runner was going and will be going again on the pitch. Rhodes comes set, looks over at first base, and will deliver. It's a ground ball, 2-hopper to Vrabel at third base, and he throws a little bit tentatively over to Godsey, who backhands that one out of the dirt to retire Valera. The Warhawks score an unearned run of their own on 2 hits. 1 error, 1 runner left on base. Through 1 scheduled for 9. All tied up 1-1. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter. Tim Reese back in Calhoun Community College. We move to the top of the 2nd inning. Carter Vrabel, Drew Webster, and Jay Sharla scheduled for the Pioneers here in the top of the second. First pitch to Vrabel in the dirt. Vrabel 16 hits on the year, 4 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs. Going to get him hot. That fastball misses inside, not by much. Some tailing action on that one off the right arm of Nate Watson. Breaking pitch caught the corner at the knees. Pioneers scored an unearned run in the first, top of the first, and Calhoun did the same in the bottom of the first. Breaking pitch, and Carter Vrabel check swing, fouls that one back. If he had that one to do again, I think he might have come out of his laces on that pitch. Watson from Morristown, which is right where Walter State is. And he is one of the at least 4 transfers from Walters. 2-2 pitch misses outside. We'll have another Full Count Ministries. Full count. Calhoun, according to the website, all the information I have is from the National Junior web page, have not won a home game yet. As a ball 4 and a leadoff walk to Carter Vrabel. Vrabel's 11th walk of the season. Brings it to plate Drew Webster. Drew from Christ Presbyterian Academy in Nashville, Tennessee, playing in his 4th game of the year. He swings at the first offering as a fastball high and tight to him. He pinch hit for Jay Sharla in, I believe, that was game 2 of the, or game 1 of the doubleheader. Throw to first base, not in time. Breaking pitch misses low and away. Webster had a double in that game. I'm trying to see which one that was since I wasn't there. My memory is not going to help me. I did go through it play by play and saw that he had a double. Runner goes. He starts to go and then he comes back. Vrabel was going to swipe a bag there. Wrong camera. He was safe. Drew got in that game 1 of the doubleheader, the 6-4 loss, and had a double in his only at-bat. 2-1, stays high. Nate Watson struggling to get the ball over the plate. Came in with 19 walks in 15 2/3 innings. Sails went over the head of Webster, who was able to get that bat out of the way. So the 3rd walk of the game. And out comes pitching coach Tyler Self, I believe is who that is. And he will chat with the entire infield. So runners now at first and second, nobody out. Big Jay Sharla stepping in from Riverdale High School, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. He had a 4 for 11 3-game series, a double, scored 2 runs, 3 RBIs. One of them I know was in game 3. I did get a chance to watch that last game and was up in the press box in Columbia State. He came up with runners, I believe, at first and third with 2 outs. And in my mind, Lynn, I said, it's Sharla time. And he got him a little Base hit into right field, drove in a run. Jake Charlotte, the son of Jake and DeLynn. DeLynn, a school teacher there, I believe, in Rutherford County School District. Charlotte might be called on, and he will not be bunting. He'll be popping up in the infield, and he is automatically out on the infield fly rule, but Lorenzo Soto makes the grab. Charlotte swings on the first pitch he sees. Pops out, brings to the plate the leadoff batter, Jake Burris, who flew out to center field in his first plate appearance. Charlotte had come in hitting .371, and not too many times has he popped up in a key situation like that. Swinging a drive out to right field, but that'll get to the bullpen area down past the Pioneers dugout, and nice pavilion out there. No lights here. There's a regional airport just out in left center field. Vrabel starts to go, and Drew Webster started to go to follow him as that pitch sailed high. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. To the pride of Grove City, Ohio. Son of Scott Burris, Sherry Burris. I'm sure Dave Holbrook is listening in from work. Time called. They'll see it. The base umpire now calling out the home plate umpire, so there might be some kind of an issue either with the time that the pitcher's taking or the time that the batter is taking. So we might have a ball or a strike. Oh, they called a ball. Okay. I didn't think he stepped off, but he like dropped his hand, so I wasn't sure if he's obviously talking to the umpire now to see what happened. And Cody Gaskell will come out, the head coach for Calhoun will come out and talk to the home plate umpire as well to get an explanation. I have no idea. It looked like Watson was ready to pitch, but then he just like dropped his hands as though he had stepped off, but I didn't think he did step off. So obviously not your average balk that was called right here. But runners now at second and third with 1 out. Jake Burris with a 1-1 count here in the top of the second inning. We're set to play ball, and Watson comes set and delivers. Foul ball straight back. Nice complex here. The baseball and softball fields mostly connected. Concession stand, restroom building between the two fields. Swung on, and that will get down. Second baseman Eli Kelly, as that was a softly hit line drive that actually got down. Vrabel scores on the out on the 4-3 put out. It looked at first like it was heading into right field, but Kelly able to get over and keep it in front. Pioneers take the lead back 2-1. Swing by Ethan Huddleston. He fouls that one straight back. Huddleston struck out looking in the first inning. From Gallatin, Tennessee, Gallatin High School, redshirt sophomore, third-year player for Vol State. Shortstop and second baseman, began the season starting shortstop. Ended up moving over to second base. That pitch comes high and tight again. Dan, you better get back to work unless this is your lunch break. Shout out to Shannon Zettel as well. Maybe Noah Huddleston, his brother, listening in. Breaking pitch driven over the head of Lorenzo Soto for an RBI single into center field. Huddleston thought about going to second base as that ball was bobbled by Josh Schuler. But a 2-out knock for Ethan Huddleston drives in the second run of the inning and the third run for the Pioneers. That breaking pitch was just what Huddleston was looking for there. Landon Godsey steps to the plate. Hello to Suzanne as Landon fouls one off. I don't think that was toward you, Suzanne. I don't think that was toward Indianapolis. He's going to have to hit one out of here to left center to send one your way. A nice little conversation with Suzanne after the Columbia State series before she got back or drove back home. Also talked to Hank Tucker. Hopefully they got back before midnight in LaGrange, Georgia, with Landon Tucker's father and his sister Tinley. Would expect to see Landon Tucker get in this ball game later on. Godsey 0-1 with Huddleston at first. Swing and a miss. Watson just rearing back and firing that one. Godsey hit by a pitch and scored the Framework Athletics first run of the game after reaching second base on a wild pitch. Ended up scoring on a misplayed fly ball in left field. 0-2 pitch fouled to the screen. Godsey comes in hitting .388, leading the team in hits with 31, tied with 6 doubles with Jace Mizell. And now taking the hit by pitch lead, 6. Breaking pitch called, strike 3. Godsey goes down. Second strikeout for Watson, and both of them have been looking on that breaking pitch, but the Pioneers score 2 runs on just 1 hit. No errors. 1 runner left on base. We're through 1.5. Pioneers lead 3-1. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Pioneers have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Freshman right-hander Noah Eatman on in relief of Nathan Rhodes, which tells me that Coach McGuire might be going 9 pitchers deep today, as Nathan Rhodes gets 1 inning, gives up 2 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. 1 strikeout, gives way to Eatman, having a great start to his freshman campaign. This is his 7th appearance, all in relief. Has a 2-0 record, 1 save, 15 innings, giving up 12 hits, 3 runs. They were earned, walked 4, struck out 12 batters. Has a 1.80 ERA. Eatman did not pitch in the Columbia State series. Let's see when he last got on that mound. He will face left-handed hitter Josh Schuler, the center fielder, or Calhoun. Eatman pitches from the stretch. First pitch is drilled just past the Pioneers dugout, foul. 0-1 pitch down in the dirt. Schuler hitting .250, leads the squad, 7 doubles and 17 strikeouts. Fastball missed outside. At least that's the opinion of the home plate umpire. Eatman last on the mound against Roan State in a 9-4 win. Ball's popped up, foul territory. Vrabel over, a little bit too far, and comes back toward the field of play. It makes the grab. That's outside of your viewing area, and he's probably pretty happy about that. It was not a very graceful move, but he hung on, although I could see a lot of baseball in that glove. A lot of foul territory here at Calhoun Community College. So 1 out. Tyler Zawacki up at the plate. Looked like he took a 3/4 swing, and they checked down to the base umpire, who does not agree with my assessment. Took a full swing there, drives one to deep center field. Back goes Burris. He looks up, and that ball is gone. Zawacki with his first long ball of the year. He just reached out and touched that one. Wind blowing out. He got a pretty good piece of it, but I don't think he knew it off the bat. Zawacki from New Market, Alabama, Buckhorn High School, 6'7", 195-pound freshman. I would assume that's his first collegiate home run. Congratulations, young man. Dead center field. Breaking pitch to Mark Gallops. Missed somewhere. 3 hits so far for Calhoun. Swing and a miss. Eatman delivers a breaking pitch in the dirt. Mark Gallops, 6'1", 205-pound sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida. So 2 Floridians facing off. He went to Woodward Academy. Jacksonville over on the the Atlantic side. That'd be a long way, Pacific side. The Atlantic side. And Eatman over on the Gulf side near Bradenton, Florida. Highly doubt they face each other unless it was summer games. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another breaking pitch in the dirt. Brings us to a full count. Ministries full count. Gallup's playing in only his 5th game of the year. 2nd time he's played against Vol State. He went 0 for 2 in game 2 up in Gallatin. Ball is lifted high and down that third base line. Vrabel over, and he ran a long way. Caught it on 1 hop, but it'll be another full count. First pitch foul ball. It's going to take him a little while to get back. That was an aerobic long run right there. He lost his lid. Let's see what else he lost. He lost his glasses. He did get a haircut, so had to have been running a little bit faster. Down there, see if he can take a couple deep breaths and get back in it. Here as he's taking his spot down there at third base. Do the 3-2 all over again. Lifted, will go foul down that left field line as well. Big Jay Sharla comes up short of the fair line. Says, I'll let somebody else get that one. On deck, Eli Kelly. 1 out and 1 in. Here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Breaking pitch swung on and missed. That was a slow breaker, and Eatman gets his first K of the game. foul pop up, a home run to dead center field by Tyler Zawacki, and then a strikeout to Mark Gallops. Brings to the plate second baseman Eli Kelly, the number 9 hitter in the lineup. Ground ball, hard hit to Vrabel. He catches on 2 hops. Nice chest high throw to Landon Godsey. Retires Kelly on 1 pitch. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Pioneers still lead 3-2. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. New pitcher in for the Warhawks of Calhoun Community College. Right-hander number 20, Francisco Manaya, 6'6", 215-pound freshman from Lawrence, Massachusetts. On in relief of Nate Watson. Went 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, 3 runs, 1 was earned. Walked 3, struck out 2. Did hit a batter. Manaya, who pitched in game 2 of the doubleheader up in Gallatin back at the end of February, is on for his 6th appearance and his 3rd appearance in relief. Has an 0-3 record, 10 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 12 runs, 8 earned. Walked 14 batters, struck out 6, a 6.75 ERA, and he will face 4, 5, and 6 in the Vol State lineup. That is Jace Mizell, Braden Vineyard, and Logan Molnar. First pitch to Mizell, scoots him back away from the plate a bit. Mizell reached on that misplayed fly ball to left field that scored Landon Godsey for the first run. Another pitch moves Mizell back. The recent commitment to Trevecca Nazarene University in Nashville. Congratulations to Jace and his family. It's a great pickup by the Trojans at Trevecca. Another foul ball back out of play off to the left side. Jace had a great year in 2022 for Vol State and is following it up again here in 2023. Another pitch that nearly clipped his jersey. They are staying inside to the 6'1", 220-pound redshirt sophomore transfer from Wabash Valley. Year ago, 39 games, hit .325, 3 home runs, 36 RBIs, 20 walks, and he will get another free pass there. That is walk number 8 of the year, not as many as I thought. So another leadoff walk, 2 innings in a row for Calhoun pitching. Braid Vineyard, who walked in the first, nearly gets hit with that pitch. So Minaya, just like Watson, having trouble with control here today. Vineyard now walked 9 times in 3+ games. That pitch down in the dirt and scoots through the legs again of Mark Gallops, and on down to second base goes Jace Mizell. Two-0 pitch to Braden Vineyard, hit out to right field. Mizell will be held at third base, and Vineyard will get back to first base as that ball was cut off, but the second baseman was standing on first base. Eli Kelly to nab Vineyard if he snuck too far off. So runners now at the corners. Second hit of the ball game for Vol State. Nice job by Vineyard to go with that pitch. Logan Molnar flew out to right field to end the first. He swings it like something off speed, maybe a changeup there. He was expecting the heater. Molnar now playing in his 15th game. This is game number 26 for the Pioneers. Hitting .405, on base average leads the team at .489. That ball's way behind Molnar, and in comes Jace Mizell from third. Wild pitch gives the Pioneers a 4-2 lead. Vineyard now in scoring position down at second base. 1 ball, 1 strike on the batter. Nobody out. Swing and a miss. Again by Molnar. On deck, Carter Vrabel. Step off and time called. Molnar, 6'1", 175-pound freshman, and he gets plunked. That's been happening pretty regularly for Logan Molnar. He got hit twice in the series at Columbia State. Prior to that, he got hit back-to-back games in one of the first couple games that he had played in that I recall. I don't remember who it was against, but I do remember he got hit back-to-back at-bats. And then I noticed that he had 4 hit batters. I had to go back and see when that happened. It had to have happened in the Columbia State series, and it in fact did. So that's now the 5th time that he's been hit this year, putting runners at first and second, and a visit from the pitching coach. Somebody comes out from the dugout. I assume he was warming up. Mania holding his right shoulder, so we might have an injury timeout here. See who that is. Number 43 on the roster, Austin Baker. Looks like he will come in for Mania, who walked a batter, gave up a hit, and hit a batter. We'll have a pitching change here and take a break. Tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. New pitcher on for Calhoun, number 43, Austin Baker, 5'9", 205 pounds, sophomore from Phil Campbell, Alabama. Phil Campbell High School. Baker will come in with nobody out and 2 runners on, first and second base. Baker on for his 5th appearance of the year. He did not pitch in the doubleheader up in Gallatin. He's thrown 4 2/3 innings, given up 9 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, 3 walks, a strikeout. 3 long balls on the year so far for Austin Baker. You better be careful of Carter Vrabel right here. With the wind blowing out to left center field. Fastball is high from Baker. So the 2 runners on base are the responsibility of Francisco Mania, who did not record an out. Gave up a hit, a walk, and a hit batter. Breaking pitch stays high. 1 run already in. Vineyard down at second base and Logan Molnar at first. Only 1 hit so far for the Pioneers. There's a pitch right down the can. Two pitches high and then one about belt high. Vrabel may not have been looking at that area. He looked at that one. That one gets by the glove of Logan Harbin into the corner. Zawacki, he struggles with grabbing that one. 2 runs will score on the line drive double by Carter Vrabel. Two RBIs. Pioneers take a 6-2 lead. So you can close the book now on Mania, who gives up 3 runs. Drew Webster steps to the plate. He walked and scored in the second. Swings at the first pitch. As he did in his first at-bat, fouls it off over to teammate Jay Sharla, who's on deck. Carter Vrabel on out that's at second base. Runner goes. Pitch is grounded foul. Carter Vrabel will head back to second base. Rabel 4 steals on the year. There's a turnaround in the no throw, so that's the pitcher's one basically step off or fake throw. From now on, if he does that, he has to actually throw to the base or throw to the plate. 0-2 pitch, swung on and fouled past assistant coach John Ripel down at first base. So Drew Webster is a equal opportunity foul ball hitter. Webster, 6'2", 190-pound freshman, son of Rustin and Gail Webster. Breaking pitch stays high. Brother of Jacob and Hannah, grandson of Granddaddy and Grammy in Madison, Mississippi. Out of Nashville, Tennessee. Nice foul ball there to waste a good pitch. One ball, 2 strikes. Another turn, and that's a ball. That's his second time in this batter, so that's ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to the batter. You can only do the either step off or fake a throw to a base 1 time per batter. Baker now ready quickly. Another foul ball that, except for the screen, would have come pretty close to hitting this window right here. Don't think it's an MGM Industries window, but thanks to Joe Gaskins and Patrick Stewart of MGM Industries for their support of Volunteer State Baseball and their contribution of 4 brand new custom windows in our newly remodeled press box. Go to mgmindustries.com. Send them an email and tell them thanks for supporting Vol State Baseball. Joe Gaskins, Patrick Stewart, Vice President. Breaking pitch called, strike 3. And Webster knew there was a possibility that was going to happen. So the first out of the inning on the backward K to Drew Webster. Nice breaking pitch that Webster kind of froze on right there. Jay Sharla up again with a runner in scoring position, and there's another fake towards second base. So that's his 1 time for this batter, Jay Sharla. Rabel leads off. Sharla does not swing at the first pitch this time. Takes a ball high. On deck, Jake Burris. Count goes 2 balls, no strikes. Sharla in the Columbia State Series Saturday and Sunday went 4 for 11. Double, 2 runs scored, 3 RBIs. Was 4 for 8 in the Roan State Series. 1 for 4 in Chat State. So 9 hits in the 9 games. And he takes one off the leg. And he will take a hobble down to first base with a hit by pitch. The 3rd hit batter of the ball game for the Pioneers. 1 for each pitcher. To the top of the order for Vol State. Jake Burris 0 for 2, looking to get off the schneid here. 1 for 13 in that Columbia State Series. Running an RBI. Looking to get hot again. There's a line drive or ground ball, hard hit, 1 hopper. Soto over to Kelly and on to first base, not in time to get Burris. Like Jake Burris might be hobbled a bit. Looked like he was going to hit that one harder, but Huddleston will get to the plate with 2 outs yet again. So Burris reaches on the fielder's choice. Sharla out 6-4 on the put out. So now 2 outs. And the second baseman for Vol State, Ethan Huddleston, steps in. Singled in the second inning. With 2 outs, drove in Drew Webster, who had walked and reached second base on a balk. Drove a ball over the head of shortstop Soto. Another breaking pitch stays high. Austin Baker on in relief of Francisco Minaya here in the top of the third inning, where Pioneers have scored 3 to take a 6-2 lead. A runner goes, pitch is called a strike. No throw down to second base. Stolen base for Jake Burris. That is Burris' 6th theft of the year, and as I said earlier, Pioneers have yet to be caught. Runners now at second and third. Let's put him on second. Fly ball out to center field. Schuler looked like he was under that one easily, and then at the last second had to make a stab at it for out number 3. You get a ball up in the air, that wind might ride it on out of here, but just not enough on that fly ball from Ethan Huddleston. Retire the side. 8 batters come to the plate. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. Pioneers have scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third, and lead 6-2. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Caleb Pica comes in relief of Noah Eatman. Pica, 6'6", 170-pound freshman left-hander from Nashville, Tennessee, Overton High School. Son of John and April Pica, brother to Jordan and Reagan, and the grandson of Papa and Grandma in Fairbury, Illinois, and other set of grandparents, Papa and Grandma, also in Illinois. Pica on here for the third inning. His 4th appearance of the season, 3rd appearance in relief, has a 1-0 record. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. Walked 4, struck out 10. So a 0 ERA, and he will face the top of the order, Lorenzo Soto, who swings and pops one up down the right field line. It should go foul. No, it won't. It will be caught. That ball came back into the field of play, and Landon Gotze makes the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Caleb Pica. That looked like it was going to go way out. That wind brought it back. Ballesteri stepping to the plate. He singled and scored in the first inning. Pica delivers, called strike on the inside corner. You get a leadoff batter to swing and pop out on the first pitch. You want to pump in that second one, see if you can get another quick out on a free swinger. Alex Ballesteri did not bite. Now the count's 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss on that breaking pitch. $16 hits, 4 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs for Ballesteri. Swing and a miss, and Pica retires Alex Ballesteri on strikes. So far the 3 pitchers for the Pioneers have each recorded a strikeout in their inning. Pica It's a chance to retire the side in order. Braden Buckner steps to the plate. He was a strikeout victim to Nathan Rhodes in the first. And he gets a swing and miss on a ball in the dirt. Buckner was in a big doubleheader for Calhoun against Vol State up in Gallatin. Fastball goes high. Was 1 for 2 in both games, had a home run in each game, had 2 RBIs and a walk in each game. Pretty much a mirror image for Braden Buckner. Buckner, the first baseman for Calhoun today. Now looking at a 3-1 count. Caleb Pica, 6'6". I believe he's the tallest Pioneer, probably by a couple inches. There's a fastball that swung on and missed. Brings us to a full count. Ministries full count. And a full count first pitch foul ball. 3 for 4 today. Now the fellas are starting to get into this lovely stat that I've been doing for 40 years. They'll do it again. Pica misses with that breaking pitch. Still no 1, 2, 3 innings. There's the first walk given up by Ball State pitcher. Eatman went 1 inning, gave up a hit. A run, it was earned. It was a home run and had 1 strikeout. So 2 out, 1 on. Logan Harbin, who singled to left field, drove in Alex Ballesteri in the first. Steps to the box. Good looking left-hander out here, Caleb Pica. Two-0 count. Now 3 balls and no strikes. So after retiring the first 2 batters that he faced, one on a pop-up on 1 pitch and a strikeout of Alex Ballesteri, he's walked Braden Buckner on a 3-2 count and now has gone 3-0. Fastball in there for a called strike. That might have been one of those 3-0 pitches. Pica last pitched a couple weeks ago in a midweek game against Vincennes through an inning. Gave up a hit. There's a 3-1 pitch on the inside corner. We'll have our second consecutive full count. Ministries full count. He also had 1 walk, but he had 2 strikeouts. Like to get another one right here, maybe a ground ball. Haven't had a ground ball to short or second yet. Couple to Carter Vrabel down at third. But we don't. We got a swing and a miss. And Caleb Pica, for the second appearance in a row, will strike out 2 batters in an inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. It's the first half inning where a run has not been scored. Pioneers, after 1/3 of the way through, lead this ball game 6-2 over the Calhoun Warhawks. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back at Calhoun Community College in Decatur, Alabama. A 2.5-hour drive during normal conditions from Gallatin, but when you're fighting Nashville rush hour traffic, it takes a little bit longer. Move to the top of the fourth inning. Landon Godsey, son of Paul and Suzanne Godsey, will lead off. Face Austin Baker, who came on in relief of Mania in the third inning. Godsey looks at a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Godsey 0 for 1, hit by a pitch and a run scored. Swing and a miss. Paul and Suzanne sitting at the house in Indianapolis, Indiana, watching and listening. There's a line drive out to center field. That will get down for a base hit for Landon Godsey. That is good to see if you're a Vol State fan. See Landon Godsey get hot again or stay hot. He was 3 for 11 in the Columbia State Series. 2 doubles, 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs. Jace Mizell steps to the plate with 1 on, nobody out. Mizell 12 hits in the 9 conference games so far. Fastball stays high. He is 0 for 1 today. Reached on an error, walked and scored in the third. It's a ground ball. That looks, it'll find a hole, and it does. Just gets over the glove of third baseman Logan Harbin for a seeing eye base hit for Jace Mizell. They don't ask you how, they just ask you how many. Pioneers with back-to-back base hits for the first time today. And Braden Vineyard, who had a base hit in his last plate appearance, steps in with nobody out. There's Dave Holbrook listening in. Thanks for the email, Dave. Up in the Grove City, Ohio, suburb of Columbus. Dave works from home, so he's watching from work. A backup curveball there. This is inside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 Vineyard on deck. Logan Molnar. Carter Vrabel to follow. It's good to be back on broadcasting baseball. I enjoyed my time with the softball girls, though. That's some entertainment over there, folks. And this weekend, I may not get to do Dyersburg State baseball, but if not, I'll go on the trip. And if I can do softball, I'll do it. If not, I'll be up there to root both squads on. I think they have a contract broadcast, I know, for baseball. Not sure if they do for softball or not. 3 balls and 1 strike to Vineyard. He will take, guess what, folks? Another walk for Braden Vineyard. That's 2 in this ball game. And now 10 in the last 3+ games. First walk by Baker. Now loads the bases with nobody out. Landon Godsey down at third. Jace Mizell at second. They reached on base hits. Vineyard reached on a walk, and Logan Molnar looks at a breaking pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Molnar flew out and was hit in the back with a pitch. Later scored. Fastball rides in. Another right-hander getting loose in the Warhawk bullpen. Ground ball, that'll get through into left field. 1 run will score. Coach McGuire holds up Mizell. Throw comes to the plate on 1 hop. Nice throw by Zawacki, and that will be the 7th run. RBI single for Logan Molnar. Everybody moves up a base. Landon Godsey scores his 2nd run of the contest. So 3 hits in the inning. Strike called to Carter Vrabel. Vrabel doubled, drove in 2 runs in the 3rd. Drives one deep to left field. If it's fair, it's probably gone. And it is foul, says the home plate umpire. Coach McGuire did a little bunny hop on that one. He thought that ball was fair, but he's not standing right down on the line. The home plate umpire standing right on the line raised his hands right away. And apparently not foul by much, but Carter Vrabel now down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. And he lifts one in foul territory. I won't say this one's going to get out yet. First baseman Braden Buckner gets over and, out of my view, makes the catch just on the other side of the Pioneers dugout for the first out of the inning. So Vrabel goes from hitting a grand slam, his 2nd of the year, to popping out in foul territory. And Drew Webster gets a shot with the bases loaded. He swings, pops one up to second baseman Kelly, who will make the grab just in the grass. So quickly, Pioneers go from bases loaded, nobody out, to bases loaded and 2 out. But could it be Charlotte time? Big J Charlotte steps in. All right, Jake and DeLynn, could it be Charlotte time? Bases loaded. Charlotte looks at that first pitch, a breaking pitch, called strike on the inside corner. Probably nothing he could have done with that pitch anyway. That was a good spot for that Baker breaking pitch. That one's lifted foul down the third base line, left field line, and that will drop harmlessly in the grass. Zawacki does go over and retrieve that one, but Big J Charlotte down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Charlotte came in hitting .371, 13 hits and 35 official plate appearances. This is his 14th game of the year, and he has done a fantastic job since being inserted in that left field spot. Ground ball to first, and this will be handled by Braden Buckner. Austin Baker works his way out of the jam. Only 1 run scored on 3 hits. No errors, 3 runners left on base. The Pioneers have scratched for a run in every inning. Lead 7-2. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete called to the bullpen for the Pioneers. 6'1", 190-pound freshman Brett Dowling from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Played at Green Hill High School, the brand new high school over there in Wilson County. Right-hander, the son of Chad and Shelley Dowling, brother to Ashley and Aaron, his twin older sisters. Grandson of Granddaddy in Bowling Green, Grandma in Portland. Poppy in Madison, Alabama, and Nana in Central City, Kentucky. He's got them all over the place. And it has been a minute since Brett Dowling has been on the mound for the Pioneers. He has been on the shelf with an injury and was injured last fall as well. So he is hoping that this will be the start of great things. He pitched in Game 2 of the season back February 4th against Central Alabama, 2/3 of an inning. Had a 1 run, an earned run, gave up a walk. And he is happy to be back on the mound, I'm sure. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Brought to you by Summit Concrete, owned by Chuck Akers, former player of Coach McGuire at MTSU. A leading concrete contracting company established in 2015, serves greater metro Nashville. You can reach Summit Concrete at summitconcretetn.com. Dowling's first offering to Harvey Valera is a fastball outside. Valera grounded out to Vrabel at third to end the first inning. Dowling throws hard when he's right. Hopefully that right arm feels good. That ball's drilled out to right center field, though, and that will get in for extra bases. Valera steps on first and cruises into second base with a leadoff double as he greets Brett Dowling rudely. Josh Schiller, center fielder, steps to the plate. He popped out to Vrabel in foul territory to lead off the second inning. Glad to have you all along today on the Vol State Sports Network. We are here at the invitation of Athletic Director Bobby Hudson. Did I move my camera a little bit there? I must have. See if we can get that back. First pitch to Schuler, in there for a called strike. Dowling 2 looks back at second base, delivers a fastball in the outside corner. Schuler raising his arms up as though maybe that was just a hair inside. On deck, Tyler Zawacki with a solo shot in the second. The 0-2 pitch off the glove of Vineyard. Not sure if he got crossed up there or what, but didn't appear to be expecting a fastball there. That'll be a pass ball, at least in my book. I looked like a pitch that he should have handled. But the only explanation that I can have is that he was crossed up with a runner at second base. Now a runner at third with nobody out. Swing and a miss. Schuler goes down swinging. Just what Brett Dowling was looking for. Caleb Pica went 1 inning, gave up 1 walk, struck out 2, did not give up a hit or a run. Brett Dowling, the 4th pitcher for the Pioneers, here in a game that's scheduled for 9 innings. Tyler Zawacki at the plate. Swings and fouls that one over the head of Coach Ripel down there, who tripped over. No, that's Braden Kale, who about fell all over whoever was standing next to him down at the corner of the dugout. Just went over the top of the Vol State dugout. Line drive up the middle. Tyler Zawacki drives in his 2nd run of the ball game. He is now 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Darby Valera, who led off with the double, comes in to score easily from third base. So Mark Gallops comes to the plate. 1 on, 1 out. There's another base hit into right field. Mizell comes up, fields cleanly, and throw in. One hops over Molnar's glove, but runners now at first and second base. 3 hits in the inning. Calhoun must like the harder speed. Eli Kelly steps in. Grounded out to Vrabel at third base. Vrabel's had a good bit of work down there at third. He's action on 3 outs. So 2 on and 1 out. Dowling looking for a ground ball. It's a fastball. A little bit of a delayed call by the home plate umpire, but he comes around to Brett Dowling's way of thinking. That ball's on the inside corner, called strike. A little sloppy play early, and now base hits are coming in bushels. That fastball misses way outside. That has been a little bit of Brett's issues, is finding the zone, but right now if he's finding it, Warhawks batters are putting a bat on it, driving it in the outfield. That breaking pitch will hit or clip Kelly on the elbow. And the bases will be loaded. With a 1 out in the top of the order, Lorenzo Soto comes to the plate. Timeout calls. Braden Cale will come out to talk to Brett Dowling. Braden Cale, the pitching coach for the Pioneers in his first year. Braden Vineyard, so we have Braden, and Brett out there on the mound. Lorenzo Soto comes to the plate 0 for 2. Fly out and a pop out. Pioneers take on Dyersburg State this weekend. I believe it's currently still scheduled for Friday and Saturday. As I said, I will effort to broadcast, but they may not allow it. They do have their own home broadcast. So I'll see if I can. Maybe I can set up my table and just do it outside if they'll let me. If not, then I may have to slide over to softball or just be a fan. First pitch to Soto. This is down low. Middle infield at double play depth. No change for the corner infielders either. Fastball misses away. Count goes 2 balls, no strikes to the leadoff batter, shortstop Lorenzo Soto from Naples, Florida, Gulf Coast High School, 5'9", 180-pound freshman. Soto drives one in the left field. Jay Charlotte comes in, lays down on his belly, makes the catch. The throw over the head of Carter Vrabel. Not sure that Zawacki was tagging up, but looked to me like there's a chance that maybe he left a little bit early, which I probably would have just thrown the ball to third base and let Carter Vrabel step on third base just to get an opinion from the base umpire, but that has not happened yet. Line drive, sacrifice fly for Lorenzo Soto. Brings it to play Alex Ballesteri. Swings from the left side, fouls that one back and out of play. Ballesteri 1 for 2. I want to say he's a switch hitter. Don't remember him batting from that left side when Rhodes was on the mound. Fastball misses low and in. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike to the DH for Calhoun. Two runs in the inning. Leadoff double by Harvey Valera. Strikeout, then single hit by pitch and a sac fly. That fly ball out to center field. This should be a can of corn for Jake Burris, and he will make the one-handed grab for the third out. But the Warhawks push 2 across on 3 hits. Now 6 for the ball game for them. No errors and 2 runners left on base. We are through 4, scheduled for 9, 7-4. The Pioneers lead. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back in Decatur, Alabama. The Pioneers taking on the Calhoun Warhawks. New pitcher on the mound for Calhoun, Trey Scott. 6'2", 220-pound right-handed sophomore from Cartersville, Georgia. Transfer from Cleveland State. On for his 7th appearance and 6th relief appearance. 0-1 record, 11 2/3 innings, 20 hits, 18 runs, 12 were earned. Has walked 13 batters, 9.26 ERA, and he will face the top of the Pioneer lineup, Jake Burris, on for his 4th at-bat of the ball game. Scott pitched in the doubleheader up in Gallatin. Pitched in game 2 through 1 2/3, give up 2 hits. Walked 3 batters, struck out 1, did not give up a run. Fouled straight back. Burris 0 for 3. Did reach on a fielder's choice and was stranded at second base in the 3rd inning. That was the 3-run inning that looked like it was going to be a lot more as the Pioneers had the bases loaded with nobody out. I'm sorry, that was the last inning that happened, 4th inning. Scored 1 run. Carter Vrabel knocked in 2 runs in that 3-run 3rd. Burris now with a 3-1 count. Pioneers have scored in every inning. 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. Ball 4, Jake Burris reaches with a leadoff walk. The third inning out of 5 now for this ball game that Calhoun has walked the first batter of the inning. Ethan Huddleston, 1 for 3, steps in. He will square to bunt. Breaking pitch misses low and outside. May not have been a called bunt for a sacrifice. Huddleston has added this year the drag bunt for a base hit. Has had, I want to say, probably at least 3 this year. If he squares around here, then it's a called, and he does not. I think up 7-4. May not be, as Tyler Self will come out of the Warhawk dugout, have a chat with Trey Scott. Now gone 2 balls and no strikes. Tell you, we'll just go ahead and have our Toyota of Gallatin alumni spotlight right now. And Cody Gaskell, the head coach for Vol State, is our Toyota of Gallatin alumni spotlight today. He's played 1 year at Vol State, the 2008-2009 season after transferring from Calhoun. He got 45 games in and primarily second baseman, 150 at-bats, hit .347, 14 home runs, 12 doubles, 52 RBIs in 45 games, then transferred to Tennessee Wesleyan and was a first-team All-American his junior year, hit .397 with 23 home runs. Ended up in the 4 years he played college baseball with 64 long balls. Cody Gaskell is our Toyota of Gallatin alumni spotlight, as Huddleston will look at a 2-0 strike called. Thank you to Toyota Gallatin, throw over to first base, for their support of Volunteer State baseball, softball, and basketball, as they have provided or will provide brand new scoreboards for baseball field, softball field, and the Pickle Field House Richard Moore Gymnasium. I believe that those scoreboards are coming in the summer. But if you've been to Pioneer Field at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex or the softball field, you've seen those beautiful brand new scoreboards. Another throw over to first base, high, and a nice catch by Buckner over there to keep Burris on at first base. If you throw one wild here with any pace on it, that runner's going to go 2 bases at least. It has already happened in the bottom of the first inning. Ball 4, second consecutive walk by Trey Scott, who just entered the contest at the top of the 5th. Landon Godsey steps to the plate. Sophomore, true sophomore. He's not one of the COVID sophomores or third-year guys like Jake Burris and Ethan Huddleston, Jace Mizell. First pitch in there, nice fastball boring in on Godsey. It's a good take, though. A line drive base hit into center field to lead off the 4th inning. Ended up scoring the only run of that inning. Drives one up shallow, actually, center field, but Schuler will come in. Lost his lid, makes the catch. Ball just stayed up way too long. Wind still blowing out. So 1 out, 2 on. Jace Mizell steps to the plate. He also singled in the 4th. Burris leads off at second. Kelly trying to keep him close. Fouled off to the right side, out of play. Mizell reached on an error, walked and scored in the 3rd, singled and was stranded at third base. The Pioneers left the bases loaded. Fastball misses up. There's the fake pickoff attempt to second base. Mizell in the 3 conference series, 12 hits. And he has about 35 plate appearances. Now looking at 2-1 count. 2-1, yes, 2 balls and a strike. Three balls and 1 strike. Mizell has 2 home runs in those 9 conference games. 12 RBIs in 9 games. He is shining during those conference series. Pops that one up. That should be playable for Buckner. He's in foul territory and dances a little bit and makes the stab again back toward the field of play to retire Mizell. So after getting the first 2 batters on, Trey Scott has gotten Godsey and Mizell to pop up. Braden Vineyard going to have to come up with a 2-out knock if the Pioneers are to score here in the 5th. He fouls one straight back. Again, big shout out to Todd Neal for the Verizon gateway that I'm borrowing today for the Wi-Fi. Looks like we are operating on strong Wi-Fi from Verizon. Breaking pitch just stays too high. That was just a whisker away from being 2 strikes. Looks like one of those backup curveballs again. There it was right there. That was what he was looking for the first time. Throw back to the pitcher, Jake Burris, paying attention to the easy toss back from Gallops. And he steals third base. Runner goes. Huddleston will also get a stolen base. He just get a pitch after Jake Burris. He says, Jake, if you're going to get one, I'm going to get one. T2 turns into a full count. Full count Ministries, full count. Logan Molnar on deck. Huddleston now with 11 stolen bases. Burris with 2 in the game has 7. 3-2 pitch fouled off the screen. Caught by Logan Molnar in the on-deck circle. 4 for 5, a full count first pitch foul balls. Vineyard chance to drive in 2 with a base hit. Burris on at third, Huddleston at second. Both reached on walks to start the inning. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. Don't know that Braden was expecting that. Trey Scott comes back to get the strikeout that he needs to keep the Pioneers off the board for the first time today. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 runners left on base. We are through 4 1/2, and we've gotten to the Toyota of Gallatin Alumni Spotlight, which we try to do in the middle of the 5th inning. When we come back, we'll have a semi-concrete call to the bullpen. You're listening to the Vol Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Danton Reinhardt comes on in relief, 6'3", 190-pound redshirt sophomore from Iron City, Tennessee, or Collinwood High School in Wayne County. Transfer from Walter State. Maybe he knows about 5 of these guys that are here. Maybe they were there together. It was one semester as he transferred a year ago season to Vol State. Sports management major, the son of Brett and Jana Reinhardt, brother to Trace, and the grandson of Papa and Granny in Iron City, Tennessee. 2022, he had 13 appearances, 2 starts, 17 innings pitched, and now is on for his 5th appearance of the year, his 3rd appearance in relief. He will face 3, 4, and 5. First pitch to Braden Buckner, misses outside. He is on in relief of Brett Dowling, who pitched an inning. Swung on and fouled off to the right side. Over toward our wise coach bus, bright red bus that drove us down so safely this morning with a stop right next to the Chick-fil-A in Athens, Tennessee. Fastball in the inside corner as Buckner was backing away from that pitch. Reinhardt, 0-3 record, 10 innings pitched. Giving up 15 hits. That one sails away. Only 5 walks, 7 strikeouts, looking to improve on an 8.10 ERA here today. Breaking pitch, low. Brings us to a full count. Ministries, full count. Buckner 0 for 1, a strikeout and a walk. Swinging a full count, first pitch, foul ball. 5 for 6 today. Is that the most we've ever had? That is, in fact, the most that I've been keeping track of all year that we've had. That ball is lifted out to center field, sends Burris back in front of the track and makes the one-handed grab for out number 1. Third baseman Logan Harbin steps to the plate. 6'2", 195-pound sophomore. Transfer from Walter State. Again, wonder if he and Danton Reinhardt were there together. Harbin 1 for 2. Fastball misses high, above the letters. So why did you put a strike down? Because you knew the next pitch was going to be a strike. Fred Fricky Park, it says out there on the scoreboard. That ball is lifted also to deep center field, sending Burris back. And once again, the one-handed catch for the second out. Danton, you got him popping up, buddy. Harvey Valera, who doubled to right center and scored in the 4th. 1 for 2. Right fielder for Calhoun steps in. Calhoun had a rough season here, 5 and 14. In Region 22, swing and a miss. Could Reinhardt deliver the first 1-2-3 inning for either team here in the bottom of the 5th inning? Foul ball straight back. Ahead in the count, 0-2. So old scoreboard out there. It's got Pepsi sign up there, and Fred Fricky Park. Fricky, F-R-I-C-K-I-E. Maybe I'll see if I can figure out who Fred Fricky is. Maybe one of these fellas up here in the press box has an idea. I'll do some data mining. 55-foot pitch right there by Danton. Comes up and catches Vineyard. Couldn't see exactly where, but I'm sure it did not feel good. 2-2 count, 2 outs, nobody on. It changes right there as there goes the 1-2-3 inning. Valera with his second base hit of the ball game. Single in the left field out to Big Jay Sharla. Hit number 7 for the Warhawks, and Josh Schuler steps to the plate. Schuler 0 for 2. Popped out to Vrabel in foul territory in the second, struck out in the fourth. Lefty on lefty matchup. Breaking pitch misses high. Guess if Reinhardt would pick him off, as that ball's drilled down the right field line, but Schuler doesn't even come out of the box. He knew that was foul off the bat. Does hop back to Jace Mizell on the right field foul line, so he will retrieve it. Throw it into Ethan here, the Cincinnati kid. Down at the other end of the Pioneers dugout. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike to left-handed hitting Josh Schuler, and Schuler will take his base as he is hit by a pitch. Second hit batter for Pioneers pitching. Calhoun has hit 3. Tyler Zawacki, who's got a solo home run and a RBI single. 2 for 2 on the day, steps to the plate with 2 outs. Josh Schuler getting settled in over there at first base. Fastball outside, throw down to first base, gets by Gotze. That will allow Valera to move down to third base on the errant throw. Gotze was laying on Schuler, so he couldn't go anywhere. So we have runners now at first and third. Second error of the ball game for the Pioneers. Schuler goes. Hard ground ball to Vrabel at third base. He will throw on to Gotze to retire Zawacki for the first time. And retire the Warhawks. No runs, 1 hit. One error. And 2 runners left on base. So zeros on the top of the inning and the bottom of the inning in the 5th. Keep the score at 7-4. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter. Into the top of the 6th, where Logan Molnar will lead off. First pitch from Trey Scott is high. Molnar 1 for 2. Lifts that one out to right field. Harvey Valera over there in foul territory will make the catch for out number 1. Trey Scott is starting off better than he started the top of the 5th. He walked the first 2 batters he faced there. 2 pitches gets Logan Molnar to fly out. Carter Vrabel steps to the plate. 1 for 2 with a 2-run double. Steps to the plate with nobody on. So Fred Fricke is a former longtime coach here at Calhoun Community College. Found out that one of the players that he coaches, that ball's lifted out. Josh Schuler now starts going back, and that ball will hit the track in dead center field. Schuler looked like he had that one measured easily, and then all of a sudden start running for his life toward the center field wall. And it got over his head. Carter Vrabel will get his second double of the ball game. And that is Vrabel's 6th of the year. So a 1-out base hit brings up Drew Webster. True freshman from CPA, Christ Presbyterian Academy in Nashville, Tennessee. Drew plays outfield, also catches. The designated hitter today. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. He's 0 for 2, walked and scored in the second. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. Gallup's able to keep it in front. A big plane taking off right there from the airport. If I'd have had that thing pulled back, you probably would have seen it, but I had the zoom camera going. If I see it again next time, I'll let you watch it with me. A step off. Pitch missed somewhere. That was a close pitch. 2 strikes to be taken. Two count. Count goes full. Full Count Ministries. Full count. Go to fullcountministries.com. See all that the ministry is doing in Middle Tennessee and even here in Alabama. All over the world. Nicaragua. Efforting in Austria as well. Breaking pitch stays high, and Webster will walk for the second time. That's the 3rd walk given up by Trey Scott, putting runners now at 1st and 2nd. Big Jay Charlotte stepping to the plate with another opportunity to drive in runs. Could this be Charlotte time? Fastball high. Nobody warming in the bullpen for Calhoun. It may already be ready. Austin Baker came in relief, ended up pitching 2 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Fastball high. Walked 1, struck out 1, and hit a batter. Trey Scott probably not appreciating that the fact that Jay Charlotte is only 5'9", and that strike zone is a little bit tougher to hit, but Scott throws a backup curveball in there that catches, or at least looks at, the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Two 2-1. Nearly hits Jay Charlotte. Jake Burris on deck. Vrabel gets back to second base in time as Scott turns. Instead of faking this time, he ends up actually throwing the baseball. There's ball 4 to Big J Sharla. So a double and 2 walks have now loaded the bases with 1 out. JB Jake Burris, who was the first batter that Trey Scott faced. Burris walked but was stranded at third base as Scott retired the last 3 in that inning. Burris looks at a pitch low and away. Pioneers hoping that Jake Burris can catch on fire here soon. There's a breaking pitch that also misses down. Looks like the sun peeking out through the clouds here at Fred Fricke Park. Time called. Tyler Self will come out as someone has now gotten down to the bullpen, getting ready in a hurry. Looks like a side armor, maybe number 15, Caleb Warta from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Tyler Self talking just to Scott and Gallops. Pretty sure we don't have any changes around the infield at all. I'll reset the defense. Tyler Zawacki out in left field. Josh Schuler in center. Harvey Valera in right. Logan Harbin at third. Lorenzo Soto at shortstop. Eli Kelly at second. Braden Buckner at first base. And Mark Gallup still behind the plate. Trey Scott on for his second inning of work. First inning pitched around 2 walks. Is going to have to do it again. That pitch totally confused Gallops there. He looked like he was trying to stop a hockey puck there. I have no idea what happened, but he and Scott were not on the same page there. And that is a 3-0 count to Jake Burris. Go ahead and put my email address up there. If you want to join the show, treesports@gmail.com. Do like Suzanne Godsey did. There's ball 4 and an RBI for Jake Burris. A 4-pitch walk. Drives home Carter Vrabel. Webster down to third, Charlotte down to second, and out of the dugout comes Tyler Self. Looks like this will be a pitching change. As we will have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen when we return. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back at Calhoun Community College, near the campus of the school at Fred Fricke Park, and we'll have a pitching change for the Warhawks. Number 15, Caleb Warta, in relief of Trey Scott, 6 foot, 180 pounds sophomore from Mount Juliet, Tennessee, a homeschooler from Aaron Academy. Not sure who he played baseball with in the springs up there during his high school year. Could have been the Knights, could have been Tennessee Heat, could have been the Monarchs, although I think I might have known if he'd have played for the Monarchs. But maybe he did. Harrison Adelgren, and a whole bunch of them played for me one year for the Full Count Fall League, High School Baseball Woodbat League. Randy Kale checking in via email. Just because I haven't said hello in a few games doesn't mean I haven't been watching. Appreciate the email, Randy Kale, father of Braden Kale, a pitching coach. Caleb Warta is on for his second appearance, at least according to the junior college website. Sidearm delivery to Ethan Huddleston. Looks at a called strike. Huddleston 1 for 3, single and walk. Fifth plate appearance of the ball game, is yet to score a run. He did drive one in. Must be, no, the pitches are being called from the dugout. I'm not sure if it's a number system. I don't think it's any kind of an electronic system. A 1-1 pitch as Warta looks back twice at second base. Tap down the first base line. It will stay foul. Looked like it was from here, optical illusion, because it looked like it was going to be fair, but Huddleston never came out of the box. And sometimes he wouldn't mind having a swing and bunt if you miss. You don't see the sidearm deliveries very often, so you got to really dig that front shoulder in. Nice stab by Gallops to keep that one from scoring a run. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Molnar flew out to start the inning, but Carter Vrabel hit one to the base of the fence in dead center field. Fouled off. And then 3 straight walks has given the Pioneers their 8th run. And bases are still loaded. Drew Webster down at third base, Jay Charlotte second, and Jake Burris at first base. Huddleston, the number 2 batter in the lineup at the plate, looking to drive in a couple more. Drives one back to left field. Tyler Zawacki will go back, make the catch. Drew Webster will score on the sacrifice fly. All other runners will stay put. 2 outs now. And Landon Godsey comes to the plate. Pioneers now lead 9-4. That run is charged to Trey Scott. Breaking pitch misses outside. These two teams hooked up on February 28th, last day of February. Pioneers had a 6-1 lead in game 1. Popped up down the right side. Buckner, long run, cannot get to it. All-State a 6-1 lead. Calhoun scored 1 in the 5th. Ball State scored another one in the bottom of the fifth, so had a 7-2 lead, but gave up 4 in the sixth and 2 in the top of the seventh. Calhoun came back with an 8-7 victory. And again in game two, the Pioneers had a 2-0 lead, gave up 2 runs in the top of the seventh, and 2 more in the eighth, 2 in the ninth. As that ball now is lined out to Valera, a couple hop steps to his right, and he will haul in the line drive from Landon Godsey. So another big promising inning with bases loaded and less than 2 outs. The Pioneers only push across 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. 2 more in the sixth. Pioneers now lead 9-4. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Brings on freshman Noah Ward in relief of Danton Reinhardt. Two-way player is Noah Ward, 6'2", 200-pound right-handed pitcher from Knoxville Catholic High School in Knoxville, Tennessee. General Studies major, the son of Melissa Ward and the big brother to Abram and Sophie Bell. Has a mamaw in Clinton, Tennessee. Hopefully they are listening in as Noah Ward gets his first action in a while. He had a little bit of a injury as well as one appearance on the year. Fastball inside to Mark Gallops, the catcher. 8-hole hitter. 6th pitcher on for the Pioneers. You want to join the show, send an email to Reese Sports. It's Reese, R-E-E-C-E, sports @gmail.com. Let me know who you are, where you're listening from, and who you're rooting for. Is Braden Vineyard looking up into the sky and has no idea where that foul ball went. Braden, it went over to your left and out of play. Breaking pitch misses high and inside. Noah Ward played a gap year at Brett Carroll Academy a year ago, as did Jay Sharla 2 years ago. Fastball over the top. We'll have a full count Ministries, full count. So Ward pitched 2 innings in his only appearance. Walks the first batter that he faces here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The bottom of the order comes to the plate. Eli Kelly, who's 0 for 1, was hit by a pitch on the elbow his last appearance. It's just the second walk by Pioneers pitching today. Fouled straight back. off the padding. There you go, Randy Cale. I'll give you a little heads-up look right there. Just caught Braden Cale at the last bit going out to retrieve that ball off the wall. Ward in his 2 innings struck out 1 batter. And there's a swing and a miss. Kelly now down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Ward looking for a ground ball to the middle infielder. Check swing. The Braden Vineyard wants to check out with the base umpire. Says he did not go. And Noah Ward's last appearance, just like Brett Dowling's, was down in Central Alabama, Alexander City. Breaking pitch down in the dirt. Has not pitched since February 5th in a ball game. Pitched in the 3-2 loss. All-State went down to Central Alabama Community College, won the first game and the 4th game in a 4-game series, lost the 2 in the middle. Fouled at the plate. On deck, Lorenzo Soto. Soto had a big doubleheader up in Gallatin 3 weeks ago. He was 3 for 5 in both games. So a third of his hits was in that doubleheader. Swinging a foul ball, it should be out of play. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Buffalo Wild Wings is checked in. Oh, maybe that's not because of the T. Reese Sports at Gmail. It's probably to my personal account. Breaking pitch called, strike 3. Kelly goes down looking. So the first strikeout for Noah Ward. 1 out, 1 on here in the bottom of the 6th. We're scheduled for 1 9-inning game, in case you're just tuning in, thinking today was a doubleheader. It'll be 1 9-inning ball game. Lorenzo Soto's 0 for 2 with a sac fly. Fastball backs him off the plate. Alex Ballesteri on deck. Throw over to first, not in time. Mark Gallup's over there at first base without a stolen base attempt, and you were with me earlier. There's another foul ball out of play. Neither team, according to the National Junior College stats, has been caught stealing this year. One ball, 1 strike to the batter. There's a line drive right up the middle, and Ward pirouettes out of the way of that ball. Noah, next time throw your glove up there just in case. Might have had a shot at it, but there's the first base hit of the ball game for Lorenzo Soto. Soto came in hitting .295, 18 for 61. Only 1 extra base hit. Picks up the 8th hit of the ball game for Calhoun. Ballesteri steps out after Ward steps off. There's his 1 step off for this batter. Checks a card. As a runner now at second base, they'll go through a series of signs. Fastball in the outside corner called strike. Ballesteri, Richmond, Virginia. 5'11", 190-pound sophomore. Ward checks the runner at second and delivers high. Ballesteri playing in his 19th game. It's the 20th game of the season for Calhoun. You got to expect that Noah Ward's going to be a little bit stiff out there, I guess, or a little bit rusty. This second appearance, I'm not sure how many inter-squad games he's pitched in between now and February 5th, but pretty sure it hadn't been many. Swinging a foul ball off to the left side. Ballesteri tied with Braden Buckner with the home run lead. Came in with 13 home runs. It was a wacky solo shot, made that 14 home runs on the season. Ballesteri leads the club with 12 RBIs. Drives a ball into right field. That will get down. Mizell on about 3 hops. The throw to the plate will not be in time. It will be cut off by Landon Godsey. Runner is still at first and second. RBI single by Alex Ballesteri. Soto moves to second. Gallops comes in to score. Braden Buckner 0 for 2 with a walk steps in to face the freshman Noah Ward, right-hander out of Knoxville Catholic. Fastball drilled down the left field line, but it will go foul. Let's see if it will go up and over. It will. The tarp is down that left field line. Shrubbery lining the outside of the outfield fence all the way around. Runner at second goes. There's a line drive caught by Logan Molnar. That'll be an easy double play as he makes a diving catch toward the second base bag, and Lorenzo Soto is doubled up. Noah Ward over to shake the hand of Logan Molnar. Noah Ward to shake the hand of Logan Molnar as they get out with no further damage. The old line out in 6-3. Or 6 unassisted, not 6-3. Double play. But 2 hits in the inning, 1 run, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We're through 6, 2/3 of the way through this contest. Pioneers lead 9-5. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back at Calhoun Community College at Decatur, Alabama. We move to the top of the 7th inning. Pioneers will send 4, 5, and 6 to the plate to face Caleb Warta. Came on in relief in the 6th inning. Retired the only 2 batters that he faced. First pitch to Mizell misses away. Mizell 1 for 3. Walked and scored. Fouls that one off. Out of play. Looks like Coach McGuire is probably going to go 9 pitchers, 1 inning apiece today. Tapper down the third base line. Logan Harbin throw over to first base. That is not going to be in time. Mizell will leg out an infield single. That was just a high chopper that Harbin couldn't will down into his glove fast enough. Throw was in the dirt, but not an issue. Mizell just legged that one out. He now has 2 hits. And Braden Vineyard, who has a hit, steps in the box from Paducah, Kentucky. Sophomore. He hits a ground ball to second base. Kelly over to Soto at second. They get the force of Mizell, but the throw to Buckner at first, not in time, so Vineyard reaches on the fielder's choice. Nice play by Kelly to get the lead runner. Logan Molnar steps to the plate. 1 for 3. Drove in a run in the 4th, scored a run after being hit by a pitch in the 3rd. One out, 1 on. Molnar looks at a pitch on the outside corner called strike. Ball in the dirt, gets off of Gallup's glove, and Vineyard will round second base hard, but he will stay down there at second. Molnar reached base 2 out of 4 times. That will increase his .489 on-base percentage that he had coming into today's game. Foul ball just off the screen, and Carter Vrabel tries to make the arena baseball-style catch from the on-deck circle, but is unable to come up with that carom. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Pioneers shortstop. Molnar with 2 doubles, a triple, a home run. Hit his first only collegiate home run so far at the Chat State Series to start the year off. That pitch way outside. Swing and a miss. Molnar goes down on strikes. First strikeout for Warta. Second out of the inning. Molnar started being an everyday player in Game 2 of that Chat State Series. Did not play in Game 1. And has been in the lineup ever since. Carter Vrabel steps into the box. Sees the first pitch, breaking pitch, miss low and inside. Vrabel just missed a grand slam home run. couple at-bats ago, ended up popping out to the first baseman in foul territory. Ended up picking up his second double of the ball game in his last plate appearance. It went to the base of the fence in center field. Called strike, and Carter rolls his head. He was stepping out to look down at head coach Jim McGuire flashing signs at third base, and when he hears the strike called, Vrabel 2 for 3, scored 2 runs, drove in 2 runs, taps one down to second baseman. That would be backhanded by Buckner, and a bad throw to Warta, who was covering. Vrabel will move on down to second base, and Vineyard will come across to score. I never did put Vineyard down there at second base, did I? Sorry, folks. I believe that would be ruled an error on the throw from first baseman Buckner. So no RBI. Unearned run scored here in the 7th. Warta looks back at Vrabel at second base. Swing and a miss by Drew Webster. Second error of the ball game on Calhoun. Webster 0 for 2. There's a breaking pitch, catches the inside corner, and Drew Webster down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Drew looking for that good at bat. Has had 2 walks, and sandwiched in between is a strikeout looking, a pop up to the second baseman with bases loaded. Vrabel will take off. The throw is into left field. Pitch called a ball, and that will be another run for the Pioneers. Breaking pitch that went low and outside, and Mark Gallups tried to reach down to his left and then come up throw over the top of Drew Webster, and that throw just sailed high. So a stolen base for Vrabel, and then a stolen base and a swing and a miss, and down goes Webster. Pioneers score 2, both unearned runs on 1 hit in the inning, 2 errors, and nobody left on. I got 11-5 in my scorebook and 11-5 on the scorebook. Had to make sure. We'll be right back for this is our 7th inning stretch. We have a new pitcher. We'll tell you about him when we return on the Ball State Sports Network. Summit Concrete called to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Colin Athey, 6'1", 200-pound freshman from Centerville, Maryland, Queen Anne's County High School, on in relief. Son of Joe and Maureen Athey, brother to Egan, LMA, Colleen, and Charlotte, who will be on to face 4, 5, and 6 in the Warhawks line up here at Calhoun as he gets a swing and a miss by Harbin. Athey on for his second appearance of the year. There's a fastball in the corner, looks good. Gets ahead early. Harbin 1 for 3. Swings and flies that one out to right field. That should be a piece of cake for Mizell. He makes the catch for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Harvey Valera 2 for 3. Grounded out, then doubled and singled in his next 2 plate appearances. And a line drive right to Ethan Huddleston for out number 2. Could Colin Athey be the guy to deliver the first 1-2-3 inning? Athey last appeared March 8th in the ball game against Vincennes. That was a shortened game as the Pioneers won that one 16-3. There's a pop-up that Vrabel will try to track down. It will be playable, but Carter won't run quite as far this time. He knew he wasn't going to get to that one. Lands right in front of the tarp down that left field corner. Josh Schuler, the center fielder, is 0 for 2. Was hit by a pitch his last time to the plate. Athey 1 inning in that game against Vincennes. No hits, no runs, 1 strikeout. Solid outing. Looking for another one right here at Calhoun. There's a 57-footer fastball that hops over Vineyard's left shoulder. One pitch to Schuler. That sails over the top of Braden's glove. Athey, the grandson of Grandma Mary, on his mother's side, step grandmother. Hope the Athey clan is watching and listening today up in Maryland. 2-1 pitch. Swung on a foul off the screen. And looks like our 8th pitcher warming up down in the bullpen. Swing and a miss, and Colin Athey delivers the first 1-2-3 inning with his first strikeout, and will be his only strikeout, as I'm sure he will just go the 1 inning. So a good job by Colin Athey. He gets 3 up, 3 down. We're through 7 innings. Pioneers lead 11-5, but have had trouble hanging on to Calhoun, trying to get the first victory in 3 ball games in 2023. We'll see. Stick around, see what happens in the last 2 innings. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Moving to the top of the eighth, new pitcher on for Calhoun, Rhett Edwards, 5'9", 170-pound sophomore right-hander from Rome, Georgia. He is on to face Big J Charla in the top of the Pioneers lineup. Charla wraps one out to right field, but Harvey Valera will make the catch for out number one. Charla hit it hard, but right at the right fielder. Charla now 0 for 3. Jake Burris steps in. He is looking for his first hit. I keep looking out there, and then I think, oh, my window's fogging up, but it's not. It's dust coming from the road, I think, around here that is trucks travel through here. We are out in the country, folks. Burris lifts one up into right center field. Valera, who can't see it, that will drop. Burris will start to go, and he will move into second base. That is a Sunfield double right there for Jake Burris. Valera started over and started to give the international sign for I cannot see that ball in the sun. And he shied away. Ball dropped. That is the unfortunate thing for pitchers, that when that ball gets up in the sun, can't give an outfielder an error for that. That's just one of those fortunate situations for a batter. So a one-out double by Jake Burris. Ethan Huddleston steps to the plate. There's a step off by Edwards. His one and only for the Ethan Huddleston at bat. Edwards started game one of that doubleheader up in Gallatin for Calhoun. Breaking pitch called a strike. I thought Gallops picked that one off the dirt, but apparently not. Edwards, this is his sixth appearance, first appearance in relief. Breaking pitch misses outside. Has a 1-3 record, has 2 complete games. 14 in the third innings is what the website indicates. 22 hits. 15 strikeouts. Combined with 17 walks, so a little bit of a control issue as well, as that Huddleston fouls that one off. He's now down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ethan 1 for 3 has walked and knocked in a run with a sacrifice fly in his last at bat. This is his 6th plate appearance. Here we're in the 8th inning. 2-hole batter in the lineup. Good decision to hold up on that breaking pitch. Part of the full count 242 group, the only non-pitcher in my weekly Bible study group. Ethan Huddleston. Been with Team Reese for a long time. 4-time full count fall league champion. Ethan Huddleston. Breaking pitch over for a called strike, and he knew it. That pitch gets away from the pitcher. Burris going to try to get to third base, and he will get there. It's a bad throw back from the catcher. Just tips off of Edwards' glove. So Landon Godsey steps to the plate. So move Burris over to third base on the error, 4th error of the ball game. Godsey looks at a breaking pitch inside. Burris now watching that throw back from the catcher. There's a breaking pitch. Nice block by Gallops, and he's down. Umpire is calling for him quickly. He got that one in the throat, looks like. Not sure if he's able to breathe. That umpire called for the trainer quickly. Trainer is out. Cody Gaskell is out, head coach for Calhoun. It looks like not quite as much of an emergency as it appears, as though he's probably breathing. Must not have one of those extended masks where it comes down and will cover the throat. Used to be years ago. They had a little plastic piece that hung down. I don't know that I see that as much anymore, but if you're catching, you get a ball in the dirt and you don't tuck that chin down real good, that mask doesn't cover the throat, and that can be quite painful. Gallops looks like he's leaning back a little bit. Not sure that he'll be able to stay in the game, but young man hadn't been in too many games. I'm sure he doesn't want to come out. From Jacksonville, Florida, Woodward Academy, 6'1", 205-pound sophomore, Mark Gallops. Standing to his feet now, stretching that neck out. Looked harmless enough, but that umpire called timeout right away and started calling for the trainer. Count will be 3 balls, no strikes to Landon Godsey. Jake Burris will be at third base. Gallops is walking off. So it looks like we'll have a replacement for Mark Gallops. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. New catcher on for Calhoun is Cannon Diversa, sophomore, 6'1", 200 pounds. And he comes into 2 outs, runner at third base, and a 3-0 count to Landon Godsey after Mark Gallops got hit in the throat. He will catch ball 4. Not sure if he's gotten his arm loosened up, if he was warming up. People in the bullpen or not. We will have a 1st and 3rd situation. Godsey reaches base for the 3rd time. Brings to the plate Jace Mizell. 2 outs. Swinging a drive that almost hit Jake Burris as he points down inside the lines. Tells his buddy Jace Mizell, fellow outfielder. That ball was close to being trouble for Calhoun. Mizell with 2 hits. 6 plate appearance. Here's a slower tapper down to 3rd base. Harbin up over to Buckner to retire Mizell. This ball not hit quite as high as the last one was when Mizell got the infield single. But a 5-3 putout ends the inning as no runs were scored on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 2 runners left on base. Going to the bottom of the 8th, and the Pioneers lead 11-5. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back at Calhoun Community College. We move to the bottom of the 8th inning. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers for the 8th time here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Braxton Alexander on in relief. 5'11", 175-pound left-handed freshman from Woodbury, Tennessee, Cannon County High School. Son of Brian and Andrea Alexander, brother to Andrew, and the grandson of Papa and Mimi in Reedaville, Tennessee. Braxton Alexander on in relief of Colin Athey, who went an inning and retired the side in order with 1 strikeout. The only pitcher so far today to do that. Braxton Alexander, for some reason, is not showing in the junior college website statistics. Not exactly sure why that is the case. Know that pretty sure he's pitched in a game this year. Maybe he has not. Maybe this is his first appearance. First pitch in there for a called strike. I'm sorry, but ball inside. Tyler Zawacki, swing and a miss. He's having a big day today. Home run and a base hit. Pops that one up foul past the Pioneers bullpen just before the pavilion. Alexander ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's ground ball to Huddleston, his first ground ball action of the day. He throws on to Godsey for the first out. Five straight retired by the Pioneers. Cannon DeVersa steps to the plate. He came on for Mark Gallops, who got injured in the top of the inning. Swinging a pop up to shallow center field. Burris comes on and gets under that one for the out. So could BA do what CA did? Braxton Alexander and Colin Athey. Could they go back to back? Eli Kelly, the 9-hole hitter for the Warhawks, steps in. He is 0 for 2 and been hit by a pitch. Swing and a miss. Alexander getting ahead. Fastball delayed call and a called strike. Seen that a few times today, but not often. 0-2 pitch to Eli Kelly inside. Lane and Godsey started their walk off or hop off the field. Backup catcher last year moved out to first base. Make way for Braden Vineyard. That ball is fouled back to the screen. Jake Burris was a starting left fielder a year ago. Carter Vrabel starting third baseman. Godsey was the backup catcher. That ball's popped up. Could be playable for Braden Vineyard. He throws the mask, comes over to the screen and makes the catch. And Braxton Alexander pumped as he gets a 1-2-3 inning as well. We're going to the ninth. Pioneers lead 11-5. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter. Emery's back for the last inning here in a 9-inning contest. Braden Vineyard will lead off against Rhett Edwards. He will lift one out to left field. Tyler Zawacki makes the catch a whole lot higher up in the air than anybody else out here does, as he stands 6'7" out there in left field. One pitch, one out. Logan Molnar steps in. He's got one hit in 4 official plate appearances. Breaking pitch right over the plate. Thank you for those who've emailed into the show. Not as many of you today. That's okay. Another breaking pitch misses inside. I know you're out there. YouTube tells me 35 of you are watching. There's a ground ball. That'll get through into left field. Molnar picks up his second hit. So one out base runner here in the top of the 9th inning. Brings to the plate Carter Vrabel. Vrabel 2 doubles, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. Got a pitch to hit right there. Just missed it. Another foul tip off of Cannon DeVersa's glove. Tyler Vrabel had a 3-hit game against Calhoun in game 1. Had a double and a home run in that game. Had a 4-hit game against Vincennes. Looking to pick up another 3-game hit. Runner is going. Pitch is high, and pitch came slipping out of his hand. Goes all the way into right center field. Molnar will move over to third on the errant throw by DeVersa. I don't know what happened there. It almost looked like he picked that thing up and had one finger on it. Stolen base for Molnar, and then an E2 gets him over to third base. Well, I didn't have that other strike up there, but Carter Vrabel will go down looking. Second out of the inning. Second strikeout for Edwards. Brings Drew Webster to the plate. He will look at a called strike. Five errors on Calhoun here in the ball game. Fastball misses high. .330 down the lines, .370 in the alleys, and .390 to dead center field. Webster started to go. Had a little bit of a twitch in that left knee, looked like, and ended up holding up. Now down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Red Edwards pitching from the windup. Pitch fouled off, a breaking pitch. Those might be the shortest pants I've ever seen on a baseball player. He looks like he's from the Chicago White Sox back in the day, wearing shorts with, I don't know, long socks or some leggings or something underneath. Fastball misses high. Wonder if that's a signature look for Red Edwards. Is that the first time you've seen that? I have no idea what he's doing. 2-2 pitch. Popped up in the infield. Lorenzo Soto makes the catch. And that will retire the Pioneers. No runs. 1 hit. Logan Molnar got a base hit, was stranded at third base. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Pioneers lead 11-5. And the sidewinder, Landon Tucker, on for the 9th. We'll tell you about him when we return on the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete called to the bullpen for the 9th time in the ball game. Landon Tucker, 5'9", 165-pound sophomore from LaGrange, Georgia. The son of Hank and Christy Tucker, brother to Dylan and Tinley. Nana in LaGrange, Papa and Gigi in LaGrange as well. And he delivers the first pitch to Soto for a called strike. Tucker gets the top of the order for Calhoun. Breaking pitch misses outside. And he is one of 4 pitchers that are part of the full count 242. Based on the first Axe 242. Nice fielding right there by Landon Tucker, who makes that stab on a bid for a base hit up the middle. Underhands over to Landon Godsey for the first out. Landon Tucker, Cade Sanders, Cade McKee, and Chase Birdwell, the 4 pitchers, part of the Axe 242 group, along with Ethan Huddleston out there at second base. First pitch to Ballesteri in there for a called strike. Hello to DeLynn. She's finally tuned in. Where you been, DeLynn? Sounds like a Dr. Seuss poem we're doing. Tucker now ahead 0-2. Tuck bidding for that called third strike. Vineyard could not sell it. He gets a swinging strike instead. Down goes Ballesteri. That is 9 in a row that the Pioneers have set down. Stay tuned after the game for the Full Count Ministries verse of the game and the Right Rug Flooring player of the game. Breaking pitch to Braden Buckner in there for called strike. We might have multiple players here for the Right Rug Flooring player of the game. There's a ground ball to Huddleston. He catches, throws on the run over to Godsey. And that is 3 innings in a row, 3 up, 3 down. And this one belongs to the Pioneers. As the Vol State Pioneers will take this one 11-5. They will move to 16-10 overall, and the Warhawks will fall to 5-15 and stay still winless here at Fred Freaky Park here in 2023. So you see the Pioneers shaking hands. Coaches will shake hands as well. So we will just go ahead and have the post game here. I assume the starting pitcher Rhodes will would get the win, as everybody was scheduled just for 1 inning. Nate Watson would get the loss. Yeah, maybe not. That might end up turning into Mania. We'll wait to see what the official score has on that. They have the official scoring here, but this game has gone final in 9 innings. And our Right Rug Flooring players of the game will end up being our last 3 pitchers who went 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, and that is Colin Athey, Braxton Alexander, and Landon Tucker are our Right Rug Flooring players of the game, as they went 9 up and 9 down. against the Warhawks of Calhoun Community College. And now our Full Count Ministries verse of the game will go out of the book of Galatians, Galatians 6, verse 9 through 10. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially to those who belong to the family of believers. That's your Full Count verse of the game, Galatians 6, 9, and 10. So I've got to get packed up quickly, get back on the bus, and head up to Gallatin. So I need to get started so the boys don't wait on me. Thank you for joining me this afternoon on the Vol State Sports Network. For Athletic Director Bobby Hudson, please keep praying for him and his family. And for Head Coach Jim McGuire, this is Tim Reese saying, hopefully we'll talk to you this weekend from Dyersburg, Tennessee. Pioneers get the win today, 11-5 over Calhoun Warhawks. You've been listening to the Vol State Sports Network. God bless you.